Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father. As always, I bring you another awesome interview. And these guys are local. That's right, local from Kentucky. And you only hear these interviews right here on Uber City Radio and BODS Mayhem Hour. I have the band Opossum Holler. What a fitting name for Kentucky. But these guys are really cool. I like their music. I hope you guys enjoy this interview. So guys, what's going on?
Oh, just hanging out. Getting ready to do some rehearsing. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hanging out in the practice room, just playing on some tunes.
This is the very first interview you guys have done, is that right?
That's a band, yeah. Yeah, we've individually done some promo stuff before, but nothing like this.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll have you back on here again.
Right on, definitely, man.
I'll tell you what, guys, let's introduce who all's in the band right now.
All right. Hi, my name's Matt. I am the drummer for the band. My name's Lloyd. I play the guitar and also do some vocal stuff. And I'm Brad, the bass player.
How long has Opossum Holler been together as a band? How did it come about?
It's been about 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years. Closing in on 3 years. And Matt and Lloyd actually worked together at Mary's Music in Clarksville. And I guess they started jamming together, writing some tunes or something like that. And then Matt and I actually played in another band at Bowling Green called Vile Jive. And we were having a practice for a reunion show or something like that, and he kind of just approached me about stepping in and maybe helping them write some tunes, and I came down, and it's 3 years later, here we are.
With this album, this actually came out in 2011 with the Screaming Delta Demon on this CD here. Are you guys writing any new stuff, or are you guys just wanting to promote this one, or?
Well, right now we're really focused on writing. You know, we've got a lot of new material that we're working up, just a lot of riffs and a lot of random vocal parts and just random parts, and we're just working real hard to put it together and to get another CD together. You know, we've got probably enough songs right now to make an EP, and that's what we plan on doing here pretty soon, is just putting out a little EP, you know, 5 or 6 songs, and then getting the rest of the stuff together and putting out another full length. But there's a lot of people out there that haven't heard this record, so you know, we're doing a little bit of both. We're trying to get the writing process done, and we're trying to push this album as well and get the music out there to people that haven't heard it, you know.
Now, on this record, you guys have done an instrumental on here. I like it. I like that. Your guys are versatile like that. Do you think that that's what your music reflects? You know, interpreting instrumentals and then doing the vocals and stuff, or what's your guys' take on that?
I say even the songs with vocals in them, there's really not a whole lot going on vocally, so it's almost like we kind of use Lloyd's voice as like another melody over the top of us playing our instruments. I think we're more of an instrumental band with vocals as opposed to like a singer-songwriter kind of a thing, you know? Yeah, I mean, we do have some, you know, we have some songs that are going to be a little more, you know, vocal-oriented, but, you know, we're just really into riff rock, you know, and just getting some really good, just sounding music. And then if there's room for vocals to put over top of it, awesome. I mean, most of the songs have vocals, but like Brad said, we just kind of use the vocals for more as another instrument, you know.
Now, you guys are. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I like how a lot of times when we're practicing, it seems like we never really try to make a certain type of song. It seems like all the songs that we've written so far, we start off with the riff, and we never think about, you know, making it verse, chorus, all of that stuff. We just let the music kind of become what it's supposed to become. And we've never really made it happen other than just naturally, you know. And that's one of the other things about it, is that the vocals need to be there, and we feel like the music would really benefit from vocals, and that's kind of where they go. And it's just, the music's more organic, I think, in a sense. And that's kind of the way we've always written. Yeah, for sure.
Now, when you guys did the video for Screaming Delta Demon, how did that come about, and how was shooting that video with the roller derby team?
It was a blast. It was a really great time. You know, I think, you know, Brad nearly broke his ass. Actually, I fractured my tailbone making that video. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We all got to know what it's like to be a roller derby girl for one night. Except for me, I didn't get on skates. But it was a good time, you know, and it was kind of an idea that all three of us kind of had talked about, you know, in the beginning of the band, you know, just having this, you know, having some kind of,
roller skating place where these girls beat the shit out of us, and we thought that'd be a really cool idea. And fortunately, we started doing some gigs with some roller derby for some teams, and they were more than happy to help out and beat the crap out of us. Yeah.
I watched the video. Really cool video. A little different, but that's good, though. That's what you need. I mean, you don't want to be like, well, we're going to just all be metal and all this crap. Difference is better. Trust me. But
yeah, well, I mean, we like to think we have a sense of humor about it too.
Yeah.
It's like we never really have taken ourselves too seriously. So we just we'll just kind of go goofy and campy with it.
Yeah, especially, I mean, even the more horror-oriented songs we have are actually kind of funny to all of us. Whereas people go, "Oh, these guys are worshiping the Dark Lord," but it's not, it's just more campy and just funny to us than anything else, So that's a good thing about that video. It really kind of lets people know that we're not really killing goats or anything. Right? We have some humor about it.
Yeah.
I think we've actually talked about getting another video started up pretty soon that's probably going to be
a bit more over the top.
A bit more, yeah.
An exploding head is going to be
Well, I thought the video was cool. Like I said, it's different and definitely have a comedy side to it. How's the scene with you guys in Bowling Green? You guys get a lot of support with other bands?
Yeah, we've always got along with, Patson. It's called the Stag Sound. He actually only plays he's by himself. He's the only person in the band. And he's just a rock and roll dude.
He plays guitar and drums at the same time.
And that dude he kicks total ass for sure. And he's out of the Bowling Green team.
Bowling Green.
And the Bowling Green seems like it's so close knit. Anyway, it's almost kind of like it's almost kind of incestual because everybody has played with everybody else at one point or another. So it's like when somebody gets a new band together, everybody's kind of behind them, supporting it.
They're like families.
Yeah, like new faces wander in, and then they become old faces, and then it's just kind of the cycle continues.
Yeah. We play a lot of shows with the Hungry Ears, guys, and we play a lot of shows with Heavy Chase.
Yeah.
Great bunch of guys.
It's really good to have. I mean, we have a lot of support from bigger bands in Bowling Green and bands that really, it's like you're at a show and, there's guys from Cage the Elephant and there's guys from schools and agent. Yeah, they're at our show, and I mean, it just makes you feel like everybody there really is part of a musical community and family. And everybody, all the people that come out, I mean, we see the same faces and we see brand new faces all the time. And it's just a great place to play music in general.
When you guys are on stage and you actually are hearing people singing some of your music, how does that feel with you guys?
Well, I mean, I'm usually playing the drums, so I can't hear anything else.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of like, it's almost like we put the energy out, and then they give it right back. So it's like when you have those shows where you look up and people are singing the songs and dancing around and, like really getting into it and really appreciating it. I mean, it's a lot better than really when we first started where they just kind of stare at us and not really know, how to take it. Mm-hmm. But I think, like, we kind of pushed it on people so hard that now they're like, oh, yeah, this is, I can get into this, And it's kind of like we're an aggressive band, but we're not so heavy that it kind of turns people off. Like, like some people are just definitely not into metal, but they like us, even though we're kind of more aggressive. It's weird. It's weird the different types of people that get into it.
It's really cool to me to see the people singing the songs and they know the words and
they call that request for songs.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like when I think about them singing the songs, it's like, man, I was in a really bad mood when I wrote that. And these people are having a great time. This is great.
Yeah, but just imagine though.
Really cool.
Well, I was gonna say, just imagine though, guys. You guys being at a concert, watching your favorite bands, and seeing, and these guys are at your show, singing your guys' songs. So I mean, to imagine what the other bands that you guys like must have felt, too. Like, I was mad. Why are they singing along to this? This is not right.
Yeah, I sing every word when I saw Black Sabbath, so I know how to do it.
It's really just kind of a humbling thing too, I mean, we set out to do this for no other reason than just hang out and play music together. And when we first started, and to see where it's become, from where we first started, we never really thought it would get there. We never really anticipated it. But we still, I think every day we get together and play. The bottom line is we do this just to have a kick-ass time, and it's just fun, you know. And I think it's fun for us, and I think that always translates to the crowd too. It makes it fun for them, and when we're all together, it's just this one big, just energetic, kick-ass time. So yeah.
So do you guys all contribute when you are writing the music, or is it just one person doing it? Or?
Well, it's really a group. I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, I'll come up with a riff, or Brad will come up with a bass riff, or even Matt will come up with the drum part, and we'll just come into the studio, and one of us will say, "Hey, man, I made this up on Wednesday, you know, or Tuesday," and then we'll let the riff out, and we'll just kind of take it from there, and we'll jam on it for a while, you know. And I mean, everybody writes their own parts in this band. Like, everybody contributes equally, you know. I mean, I write all the lyrics myself. But as far as the parts, I mean, I could have 5 guitar parts and Matt and Brad rip them apart and put them back together, you know. So we all write everything. It's a group effort for sure.
I normally ask this. I get a lot of cool responses. What does Opossum Holler bring to the table that you guys think?
I think that we bring an old school rock and roll element to the table that's really mixed with, you know, I mean, there's some kind of thrash metal stuff in there, and also some of our rootsier stuff, you know. Like, you know, I grew up with bluegrass, and we're all, you know, Tennessee and Kentucky guys, so I mean, we have a little bit of that southern, you know, rockabilly element in there.
Oh yeah.
But I think we bring an element of just real rawness to the table. I mean, I run my guitar straight into the amp, 0 pedals. I don't even use a tuner. I just turn the amp all the way up and plug the guitar in, and we just go balls to the wall, you know?
Well, I think we got a little bit of that do-it-yourself punk ethic too, you know, where it's just kind of like we don't want to be a refined, polished band. We want our sound to always be just like rough, like 80 grit sandpaper, you know, just like blah, you know.
Yeah.
You just really like it, or you really hate it?
Yeah. I would rather have a strong reaction one way or the other. I would rather somebody either be completely turned off and leave the club, or just be totally into it. You know, I never wanted to be one of those bands where people say, they're okay.
Yeah, I guess you're all right.
Yeah.
You know.
You definitely got support here on BODS Mayhem Hour on Uber City Radio, that's for sure.
We appreciate
it. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
The very first time that I heard you're the one for Screaming Delta Demon, I went and bought the CD, listened to it. That night I played Screaming Delta Demon on the show.
Nice. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I was like, yeah, y'all got to check these guys out. I said they're from Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I said it's good to see you guys from my home state doing it the right way. They're doing their own thing, and hopefully you guys will continue to do that.
Oh yeah, always.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Let's talk about your guys' influences. I know there's probably so many, but just can you name just several of your guys' big influences from each of you guys?
I'd say probably one of my biggest influences would be Dave Grohl. As a drummer, that's you know, it's kind of one of my go-to. I like all the shit that he's ever done.
And he does it too. He beats the crap out of the drums. I mean, Matt will turn a new set of drumsticks into toothpicks in like 5 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, so if there's any people out there that are looking to endorse anybody, I can definitely use a hand.
Don't do it. Your company will go broke.
But yeah, I mean, I've always liked that. You know, the Queens of the Stone Age is a big influence of mine. Definitely anything that's on that kind of sludgy alternative sound, I've always been about. So that's just a little bit of my influences.
Me personally, you know, I bounce around all over the place. You know, like I mean, I'm huge into Bill Monroe. You know, I love Bill Monroe. I love bluegrass music. I always have liked it. I've been that way my whole life. You know, I was raised with it. But, you know, I get into that, and, you know, like Dick Dale, you know, all the old surf bands. I love surf music. It's just like in my soul or something, man, you know. And then on top of that, I get into the heavier stuff. You know, I you know, as a kid, I was into Metallica, of course, you know. And I get into the Cramps. I like a lot of psychobilly bands, things like that, Batmobile, a lot of Bats, you know, old first album, Necromantics, things like that nature. So, and the Misfits, of course.
Yeah, I would have to say, like far and away from me, I would kind of like to find myself kind of in like a groove between Geezer Butler and Cliff Burton. Like those guys, when I first started playing bass, was like, oh man, you know, they're not just following the guitar player, they're pushing the bass out to the front, you know, and being in a three-piece, you know, when there's not a second guitar player, I've got a lot of room sonically to fill, so I get to kind of walk around on the neck and just like really get the notes out there. So you know, and for me, like the most fun I have is when we're just driving on a riff, and you know, my right hand's going 90 miles an hour. You know, that's kind of my thing. I like those types of guys. And then, you know, like with Matt, with like Queens of the Stone Age and stuff like that. I'm really into that too, especially the Nick Oliveri type stuff where he kind of played around and underneath what the guitar player was doing.
You hit
Johnny. And Johnny. And John Tesh.
Yeah.
That's usually we warm up to Yanni.
Yeah. or ABBA. We'll play all of ABBA Gold. It's insane.
Oh man, you mentioned something about Cliff Burton there. I want to touch on that. Finally, the man is getting a signature bass. Finally, getting put out for him. I was like, you know, it's so many. You know, it's so many years later. It's so many years later that it's too late now. I mean, why? You know, what the crap?
I know, right? Why did it take this long?
Yeah, I mean, my God, Cliff Burton played a huge role in the metal scene. I don't care what anybody says. He had his hands in on this too. The man could make a bass talk to you. I mean, honestly, the man could rip it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's none better in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I like Flea from the Chili Peppers too a lot.
Well, yeah. He's awesome.
And Mr. Claypool.
Oh
yeah, Les Claypool.
Yeah, that guy's okay.
Yeah. Let's get back to your Facebook page. I know you guys were trying to get people to get like 1,000 likes or more, but let's talk about the Chris Adler thing from Lamb of God. What happened with that? Can you talk about that, guys?
Well, that's Willie, his brother, Willie Adler.
Okay.
He stumbled on our video, and I got into this routine where I would just kind of copy and paste the link to the video on just random, well, not random, but just Facebook sites all over, you know, bands that we like to listen to, bands that we've been influenced by. And, you know, one morning, it's like my routine, I'd pour a cup of coffee and copy and paste that video link and just go to town for about half an hour. You know, just pretty much pester the shit out of bands, which I'm still in that routine every now and then. I have to apologize. But yeah, really, he had stumbled on that video and he could actually, you know, he really liked it a lot, liked their sound, and he had left a message on my Facebook about how he really dug the sound. And at first I thought it was just, I couldn't believe it was actually him, you know. So I thought it might be somebody posing as him because it's, you know, he's such a huge icon in the metal world. One of, you know, fucking amazing guitarist. And you know, I was, you know, just completely flattered. I couldn't believe it. But, you know, he talked to a lot of his friends about us and got our name out there to a lot of people. And especially since he shared our video on his official page and the Lamb of God page, that really opened up a lot of ears that we could have never attained, you know, otherwise. But yeah, you know, just catching that break really did help us, I think, gain a lot of ears that we didn't have before. And I mean, we're just grateful. You know, that's all I can say is really, really, really grateful.
And we have passed 1,000 likes on Facebook.
Yeah, all right. All right. Yeah,
I'm still stuck at like 100 and something. One band at a time and one listener at a time is what I always say.
Yeah. Well, we'll put the word out for you too, so you know.
Sweet. Guys, what else do you guys have coming up for 2013? I know you got some shows already booked because I looked on your guys' Reverb Nation page. Looks like you guys are going to be a lot in Bowling Green, a lot at Tidballs, is that right? Tidballs and the National.
Yeah, Tidballs. Yeah.
And the National Underground.
We're playing at the Spillway.
Yeah.
February 2nd?
February 9th.
9th, Spillway.
I got the Nashville gig.
We're playing in Nashville at the National Underground in February, and
With the Switchmen.
Awesome, and Lonely Sons as well. But we've got some big things coming up in April.
April, yeah, we're hitting the road.
We're going to hit the road. It's our first time out. Going to do a little bit of a tour, and
It's a 10-day deal.
yeah, just kind of get a little bit of our road legs on and see how we like it. Yeah. It's gonna be tough, but
And then we're also, we're making lots of new merch. We've been doing that. We've got a lot of that in, and of course we're trying to get back into Barrick Studios and get us some more songs recorded
And a video.
So
right now we got a video coming up pretty soon. We try to get that started, and we got a tour, a new EP, and lots of new merch that we printed up, and then also pestering the shit out of Facebook pages.
right, yeah, we're doing that.
All in 2013.
Which of course, Yellowberry Media, Bowling Green, Kentucky, will be doing our video again.
Yeah, they did the first one and did a great job with it on a shoestring budget and basically no plan.
Yeah.
Or plot. Yeah.
I thought the video that you guys did was really good. I mean, it looked pretty good to me.
Oh, those guys kick all the ass. I mean,
Yeah.
the Yellowberry guys.
I think it took us like 4 hours to make that video.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, it took 4 hours in the shoot, and they had it edited and done in about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, I can't say enough good things about those guys.
Yeah, if you ever have to have anything, I mean, business, like if you have a commercial, I mean, whatever, you need to get done, those guys can get it done in a very creative manner.
Awesome. How can people reach out to you to say, hey, we like your music, or we want to buy your merch, or where they can actually purchase your stuff at? Where can they get that at, guys?
Well, they can just come on over to the house, really. I mean, we have, of course, we have our Facebook page. We also have opossumholler.com, which is everything you need to know about Opossum Holler.
Mm-hmm.
All of our beautiful photos and, shows. And
we're actually going to be setting up an online store, too. So any kind of merchandise you can buy through the website.
Yeah, and there's going to be some new, we're planning on having some hoodies and things like that soon to offer. But, yeah,
We've got Reverb Nation as well. We got that page set up, and there's also a Bandcamp page, too. So, really, if you Google Opossum Holler, you'll have all kinds of different things to go towards.
And we're on Pandora now, and we're on iTunes
as well.
Yeah,
Amazon.
Yes, CDBaby.com.
CD Baby.
Yeah.
And Pandora will be clicking on here. It's going to be in about a week or so. We'll be on that rotation as well. So
That's awesome, guys. I wish you guys the best of luck. Thank you all so much for being on BODS Mayhem Hour. Anything you guys need me to do, let me know. I'll put it on the air. Send me your information, stuff that you guys have going on. I'll talk about it, things like that, just to get you guys out there even more. But before I let you go, you guys do a promo for the show?
This is Opossum Holler, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
All right. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Matt, you have my email address.
Thank you, man.
Oh, no problem. You have my email address. Keep in touch with me. And, guys, you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. I have some Opossum Holler coming up here to play on the air, and got some more good stuff coming your way. So, thank you guys so much.
thank you.
Thank you, man.